So one of the most common asked things I've noticed in the Dubai real estate market right now is questions around the Reportage Village. Are they as good as they seem? Is this something that you as a property investor in Dubai should be paying attention to? And is it worthwhile doing a little bit more research? This video can be used as your first step for your research into this project or the wider Dubai property investment landscape. This channel is here to show you what I'm doing in this market along with diving into these different projects. So if you do want to smash the subscribe button and stay up to date with the Dubai property market, and if you are looking to make a purchase in Dubai in the property realm, then there are also links down there in the description. And let's jump into the video.
Reportage always pop up as a point of curiosity in the sense of there was some queries over their escrow scenario for several years. Now that's resolved. And I think people are super interested to find out, myself definitely, what's the quality like? Is it worth investing in? Is there a reason why it's so cheap? How does it compare to others? So delighted to chat this through and excited to hear your inputs on it.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so we'll look into the details of the units, the area, and the surrounding areas as well. That'll give us a lot of insight. The pricing hasn't changed since launch, except some offers in terms of cash discounts. Okay, so let's dive into the Reportage Village. Now, this village or community being built is right in Dubai land, which most of the townhouses, villa communities have been built. So if you look here, everything surrounding this area is a villa community. Reportage themselves have done Bianca and Rokan. Rokan community, if you'll see right below, is the one completed and handed over, and which was the project that was delayed for a long time, and it gave that bad reputation during COVID.
Yeah.
But now they're handed over, and we'll look into that area as well. So you'll see it's positioned right in between Arabian Ranches 1, 2, and 3, all surrounding it. So right behind Dubai Lifestyle City is Arabian Ranches 2. Mirador to the right, Reem, that's Arabian Ranches 3. And you have the Equestrian Polo Club on the right. So there's no community there to be lived in.
Yeah.
This entire area has appreciated greatly because people want to live here in terms of villa community. And if you go a bit south, you'll have Mudun and the other villa communities as well. So this entire area is known to be one of the popular villa communities and people like to live in.
Yeah.
And they're not affordable. So this, for example, is townhouses. Okay, we're not looking at villas as we're considering 2-bedroom townhouses. So this is Arabian Ranches 1. So this is Alma and Palmera, which are the surrounding ones. The sizes differ, but not much on the pricing you would see. This is rental price. That's how much they're renting for right now. For sale, they're 2.7 to 3.1 million.
Yeah.
Now, considering the size of the Reportage Village townhouses between 1,600 and 2,000, so nearby. So those are being sold now for 1.7 million, and you're looking at ready units for 2.7 and above.
Yeah.
Not much options. You don't have a lot of options in terms of sale of townhouses in the Ratchets. So if you want to look at the completed project, they did deliver the quality they promised. It was sold out. And at the time, the townhouse was being sold for 900.
Yeah.
Not even cash. Cash was even less. The rental is above 10% currently. Whoever purchased at that time is setting now for, of course, nearly double the price. And the rental is way above 10, 12, 14% in terms of rent. In terms of sales, whoever purchased for 800, 900 is selling now for 1.7 or 1.8 million. And you'll notice that all of them are much smaller than the Reportage Village townhouses.
Yeah.
So all of which, the largest one is 1.4, like 1,400 square feet. Everything else is 1,300, 1,100 and less. So that's the sales of the ready units of the handed over project.
Yeah.
And you would notice the kind of, glass-like and cornering, which is a bit modern. It beats the surrounding areas. Why? Because Arabian Ranches is 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's built by Amar, and the buildings, that yellowish Emirates Hill style.
Yeah.
That's what all the surrounding ones was. So these projects look much more modern, and yeah, the community should be impressive.
Yeah, very interesting. Is there any those prices that are they're quoted there? Do we know have transactions occurred around that level, or it's kind of that's where people are pitching
Yeah,
them?
that's the average. That's the average.
The average.
Slightly more or less, yeah, but that's the average because sometimes you have corner units, single rows, different types and different views,
Yeah,
but that's a small percentage of pricing.
super.
But, yeah,
Amazing. Yeah, amazing markup for anyone who got them at 900.
yeah, and sometimes less. During COVID, some were sold for 500, and resale as well. Some people really made money out of this.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Amazing.
So they did promise this kind of design, which is a bit modern.
Yeah.
It's impressive. Now, if we look at the details of the 2-bedroom, so the rooms themselves, like the townhouse itself, excluding the backyard or parking, is 1,000 square feet or 970 square feet, all of them.
Yeah.
Now, when we say that total area is between 1,600 and 2,000, that depends on the backyard. Sometimes corner units have a larger backyard or L shape, some don't. So that's the only size difference. But the house itself, they're all the same.
Okay, super.
So here you have the first level and the ground level is how it's done. So you have 2 balconies on top and you have the backyard. You have 1 parking in front of the, so this is internal, and you have parking behind this car outside. So all that is yours. It's not like only 1 car can be parked. No.
Yeah.
2 after each other.
2 in, 3 washrooms is great. 2 solid bedrooms, 2 nice balconies, and in the backyard. It's great.
Oh, no, it's very nice. So yeah, internal area is 970. This is the outdoor. So the outdoor ranges from 600 to 1,060 approximately.
Yeah.
These are the total areas. The pricing wouldn't matter much because this is the yard difference of size.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through the numbers here.
Yeah.
So in terms of cash payment, you'll notice here the original price is 1.7 million. You'll get a 30% discount. Previously it was 40 before the escrow account was registered, and somewhat now they have increased the pricing. So now the least you can get is 1.2 million for a cash payment.
That's so 1.2 million. Sorry, just to be clear, that's for a single payment, or no? That is with the payment plan.
So so you can pay it across a few months. You will notice here. Yeah. So every month you make nearly 240,000.
Yeah.
Until November or December or January, depending on when it is. So basically a 6 months payment.
Yeah. Interesting.
The good thing is there are several plans. Don't forget the 4% DLD and 1,000 administrative fee. So that's an extra 50K right there.
Yeah.
1.25 all in cash.
1.25 all in.
Okay. So you have 5 other payment options. So here is 30% down payment, and you get a 15% discount. So it's a 1.467.
Yeah.
30% down payment, which is 430 here. And you pay 14,676 per month for the next 42 months. And the handover is Q4 of 2027. So by the time you finish your payments, the handover will be like 410. That's the handover amount, which is 28% remaining.
Yeah.
The second one is 20%. So you get a 10% discount. Same thing.
Yeah. Tiered.
But more, yeah. So it's a 1% per month for nearly 4 years, or 3 years and a half. And there's even a 10% option. So you can pay 10% and you get a 5% discount. So people can pay 154,000, 1% per month, and then on handover you pay 48%. To some people that might want to mortgage it, for example.
Maybe talk us through a scenario of how someone might want to mortgage it. That could be an interesting theme to touch on. Okay.
So let's say you pay 10% here. They give you a 5% discount, 1.64 million.
Yeah.
You pay 10% down payment of 154,000. you pay 16,000 per month for 42 months.
Yeah.
On handover, banks normally have the proof that this is going to be handed over within a month or two.
Yeah.
So you can start the mortgage process.
Yeah.
And you say that I've already paid 52% and I need to mortgage 48%. So
Yeah.
the bank can mortgage this amount for the next 5, 10, 15 years, whichever you see fit.
Yeah.
Whether it's 30% down payment, 10% down payment, whichever it is.
Yeah.
And which comes to normally people who take this plan don't want the mortgage. People who want to take this plan want the mortgage, which is 20% right now.
Yeah.
You pay nothing until handover.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
So in this case, you pay 20% now and on handover, but this is the original price, no discounts.
Full price.
Yeah, full price. 20% now, and on handover, you have 1.38 million to pay, which you can mortgage through the bank.
Do we think that's in any way a smart investor's deal? Presumably not, because you're paying a much higher cost, and then you're also paying the bank. You're buying money from the bank essentially. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like the greatest.
Normally, yeah. So this normally fits for someone who wants to live in the unit. They just want to stay in it.
Yeah.
They don't want to. But for
Yeah.
investment, you're paying a higher premium on the price without discount.
Yeah.
And of course, no matter, even if the bank decreases interest in the next couple of years, still,
Yeah.
you're
still
paying much above 2 million dirhams all in all.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
others are getting it for 1.2.
Yeah. Yeah. Massive difference, obviously. Yeah.
So here is the same thing, but you get a 30% down payment. You'll get a little less, nearly 100K discount. But the same
Yeah.
thing, 30% now and 70% on handover.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Fantastic, really interesting. I like the approach. I think maybe will we touch on, if you had the map there again, maybe let's have a quick look at that. I think it's interesting to see, firstly, that the area in general is obviously predominantly villa communities, but maybe we talk through just accessibility, because I think that's an interesting part of it. Originally, people felt like this was maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago, a little bit out, shall we say, a little bit, distant, which is, yeah.
Notice a trend. The first master community built in this area was by Amar.
Yeah.
Everyone said, why would we go that far? Dubai land? We didn't even hear about it. What
Yeah.
is Dubai land? How far is it? It's, before Global Village was built, before Zayed University, much before Dubai Hills was even built.
Yeah.
Looking at 2004, when people thought, why would I put my money there? Or why would I live there?
Yeah.
Now, they're one of the most expensive in terms of value. Urban Ranch is one of the most popular looked after villas in the country.
Undoubtedly.
After Emirates Hills, yeah. But look, Amar built this master community. So right now, we see this trend with Amar all the time. They build the master community and everyone follows. And it always goes popular. So this area, considering the current off-plan pricing, these townhouses for sure will increase in price. For sure, without a doubt. How much, it depends depending on the area and the situation in total.
Yeah.
But it most definitely will appreciate, because everything in surrounding is unaffordable at the moment.
Yeah. Undoubtedly. Yeah. Fascinating. I just, as you were speaking there, I just did a very quick check to see the turnaround time from driving from, take in Rukn, for example, to DXB, and it's exactly 25 minutes. And ironically, Al Maktoum is also exactly 25 minutes. So, and a straight road basically. So not, you're not weaving your way, or you're not sitting in traffic. It's pretty seamless. So I think that's a very compelling offer. The fact that it's easy to both, obviously, as things, grow and change over the coming years and months. But truthfully, as you were speaking, you were getting me more and more interested in looking at this deal with the, particularly at the 1.2, 1.25. That's phenomenal realistically for a villa in Dubai, bearing in mind, obviously, that there is, the service charges involved in an apartment unit, as we're all aware of, can tend to stack up. A note on this: is there villa, or is there community fees? Is there annual fees, or do we know anything about it?
There are the service fees, but they're very low. They're like 2 dirhams per square feet.
Yeah. Amazing. So drastically lower than a typical apartment.
Much lower, because you don't have elevators, you don't have shafts, you don't have that maintenance cost, so it's much less per square foot.
And the sense as well is nice that you truly feel like you own something. I think for a lot of folks who are coming from jurisdictions where the ethos and the culture and the environment is much more focused on ownership of a house, and especially if there is potential for the hybrid of investment and maybe end usage, something like this is very compelling. I think there's undoubtedly going to be a continued increase for demand as more and more families pour into Dubai, and they just don't see apartment living being something that satisfies them, in contrast to maybe where they're living in the US, Canada, Western Europe, etc.
100%.
Yeah, fantastic. Super, Yappa. Thank you so much for this. You've gotten me perked up and excited. I always had, lack of clarity, shall we say, around Reportage and the whole scenario. And I think maybe one thing to finalize and touch on to reassure anyone who's uncertain, there is escrow accounts now for Reportage, correct? Yeah.
We have registered it. It's on Dubai Rest. The account is right there and it's registered. So
amazing.
It's very safe to pay. And you have to pay an escrow account. It's not no one's opinion to pay it separately. No.
Yeah, always. The most important thing when you're investing is be safe. So fantastic, Yafi. Thank you so much for today, and we'll talk further soon.
So with that said, hopefully you understand everything you need to know about the Reportage Village. If you do want to maybe inquire about buying one or inquire about anything else regarding to buy property, all of the links are down there in the description. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one.